Hello there, I'm Marcel. Today I want to share with you how I created this looping rowing animation using the Loopify add-on that I created. In this video are many objects with seamless animation, but for the simplicity I will for now show how I did the rowing animation, and next time hopefully I'll show how I animated other assets like lilies, foliage and fishes. The Loopify add-on helped me create these loops easily. You can download it from the link in the description below. The main goal of the video is not to show how to make a perfect rig or proper animation, but rather how to create seamless looping animations with the add-on. I sped up different parts of the video, otherwise it would have been too long. So let's get started. This is the main scene that I downloaded from Sketchfab. The link to the scene is also in the description. At first I'm disabling objects that I don't need for my work. I optimized the mesh for simple rigging by separating the character's mesh into different parts. Next, I created the rig. I didn't put a character to a T pose or A pose since I only needed the rowing animation. I also enabled the display access option for the bones in the properties panel. To avoid wrist rotation issues, I placed the tip of the wrist bone in the center of the mesh of the pedal. So when I will enable the IK for the hand, this point will be the pivot for the wrist. What worked best for me was to drive the hands with a pedal. I used a pedal as a target for the inverse kinematics of the hands. Next, I added two curved circles and added the follow path constraint to the bones to animate the pedal at the side of the left hand and the side of the right hand. I created an operator for the follow path constraint that puts the bone exactly where it needs to be on the curve without wired offsetting. Finally, I parented everything to main bone of the boat. Instead of parenting legs straight to the hips, I connected them through copy location constraints. I've tried to solve the behavior that the character will not be sticked to the boat and the body will move more naturally if in the future I will want to animate the boat swinging. I connected the neck and the head same way like the hips through copy location constraint. And now I'm starting to animate with the add-on. This add-on mostly operates on curves, and most of its UI is located in the graph editor on the right panel. Here I applied the repeater operator. It adds 2 keyframes to the curve and seamlessly repeats the motion and makes it looping according to the length of the timeline. Here I applied repeater operator to the other hand, and I manually moved the keyframes to offset them from the other hand. Now the motion starts looking like rowing. Here I again applied repeater to the rotation of the torso, and I enabled the ping-pong checkbox on the redo panel. And now the F-curves looks like sine and it is perfectly looping. Now I'm tweaking the curves. I am not aiming for perfection in this example, but with a bit of tweaking of the curves, you can make the motion more good looking. Here I'm trying to fix the wrist. For that, I manually added keyframes in the range of the main rowing cycle. Maybe I forgot to record it, but I've applied the cycles modifier to those F-curves. Here I found that I forgot to parent the curves to the bolt, so I quickly fixed it. And next I animated the boat movement. So in the first and the end frame it is out of the screen. It will help to loop animation when I will duplicate this character certain times and offset the keyframes of each character according to each other. I set the interpolation mode of the curve to linear, so the boat moves with constant speed. Here I'm fixing the speed of the boat. I decided to make the movement much faster. And I've added the cycle modifier to the curve. I put the character collection in a new collection. And now I'm planning to duplicate the collection of the character 3 times with the Loopify operator named Instantiate Collection. Here I can type the number of duplicates that I need. I'll press Instantiate Collection button. It created the collection for me, named LPF Instances. In this collection are the duplicates of the main character collection. And there is a collection with all the animated objects that are found in those collections. In my case, I animated only armatures. And I think that this is a good pipeline for driving the animation of multiple objects in the collection, regardless if it's character or other type of asset. And now I'm using the Shift Keyframes operator to offset the animation of those three rigs according to each other. I've typed 280 frames offset between the objects, and it's better to go to pose mode and select all the bones. And I selected all the F-curves and moved them manually slightly back to approximately match the animation of the start and the end object. But by default it is not looped. So the problem is that there is difference between the distance of the first object keyframes and the start of the timeline and the distance of the last object keyframes and the end of the timeline. Here is the instance tweaking header and the fix instance looping operator. I'll press it, and now it fixed this distance to make it loop. In most cases it works, especially when the offset of the animation of all objects is evenly distributed. And now all the animation is perfectly looping. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, hit the like button, share this video with friends, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss new videos about this animation or other animations that I made with this add-on and Blender in general. Bye!